Hi there, and welcome to Let's Slow Down, a podcast for all of you who feel tired and stressed from this overwhelming world. Here we'll have fun, inspiring conversations about living life on our own terms and explore ways to ease the pace of our modern world, because life really is good when you're relaxed enough to be present for it. I'm your host, Anne-Marie Stolting, and I welcome you to this space where I hope to inspire you to slow down, because life is too short to let it go by in a blur. So take a deep breath, relax, and enjoy the show. Hi, everyone, and welcome back. I'm so glad you're here. It's February, folks, already into the second month of the year. Can you believe it? I hope that 2025 is going well so far. Last month, I shared how I was embracing a gentle January, and I got a lot of feedback. A lot of people liked that. I hope that you had one too. I loved it. I think I'm going to be making it a tradition moving forward, as it was a really rewarding, really enjoyable way to start the new year. Not a lot of pressure. I just really liked it. And as we move into February, I will be continuing to focus on ways to make life more gentle. Why not? Everything doesn't have to be forced and hard. Embracing gentleness really very much aligns with slow living, making intentional decisions, simplifying things for the better. And Courtney Carver, the author that I love so much, who wrote Project 333, and she had talked about Gentle January. That's where I got the idea initially. Courtney has a new book titled Gentle coming out this month. I'll be sure to read it. I'm going to report back to you all. Maybe I can try to get her on the podcast at some point. And I was thinking about today's episode and this month's focus. And, it's the month of love. We all know that. I'm not a huge Valentine's Day fan. I think it's kind of commercial, but I thought today I'd talk about self love and why it's important and how slowing down can help us practice it more intentionally. I think we often think of self love as a luxury, but it's not. It's a necessity. When we slow down, we can give ourselves that space to tune into what we need, reflect, take some meaningful action to care for ourselves. For those of you who feel guilt with that, or who think you don't have time for it because you're caring for everybody else, you have too many responsibilities, self love can make you feel better, fill your cup. And in doing that, it will, in turn, as a ripple effect, make you love everyone else around you better. So it's a win win. It really is. I hope that no one listening feels guilty about giving yourself a little time and space whenever you need it. So today, I thought I would share 5 actionable tips that can really help you embrace self love through simple, intentional living, as that's what we're all about over here. Self love is about prioritizing your well being, listening to your needs, and treating yourself with kindness, the way that you treat everyone else, right? You go about your day, you're kind and gentle to everyone around you, but not always so much to yourself. I know, I'm speaking from experience here. And let's be honest, modern life, our busy world, makes this really hard. We rush through our days, we juggle endless to dos, and a lot of times we neglect ourselves in the process. And that's where slowing down, to me, really comes in. And that's why it's so transformative. Because when you slow down, everything shifts. Even just saying that, I feel makes me feel calmer. And I talk about this a lot in my book. Slowing down, taking some time to acknowledge where you're at in your life, in the season you're in, and accept who you are. I love all the self-help books and all that, and I read them pretty often. It's really important to accept yourself just as you are as well. And in slowing down, we can take the time to check in and ask those important questions. How am I feeling? What do I need now? And it's these quiet moments that can really help you help yourself. No one knows more what you need than you do. So, my first little tip is consider starting a morning gratitude practice. And this can be so easy, simple. You can do it in like 10 seconds before you get out of bed if you want to. Just starting your day with gratitude before you check your phone, before you start with all the to dos and what you have to get done before you get out of the house. Just say a quick thank you, say a little prayer, Just opening your eyes and having another day, that blessing is something to be grateful for, right? Try thinking of maybe 3 things to name that you're grateful for, and it can be literally be at this time of year, it's so cold, like your warm covers, your warm bed, the morning coffee you're gonna have, the sun is shining that day, whatever, just it can be so simple, having a roof over your head. I've noticed that when I take even 5 minutes, if I can give myself a little bit more time to check in, I am a lot more patient and present throughout the day. I'm more positive. I'm looking for the good because I started my day doing that. It's a very small investment that can make a huge difference. A simple little ritual that's a positive tone reminds you to focus and look for the good. And I've been using the 5-minute journal. I don't know if you've heard of it. I will throw a link in the show notes in case you want to check it out. So, full disclosure, I bought this for myself. I actually bought 5 of them and gave it to everyone in my family for Christmas last year, like 2023 Christmas. I don't think anyone in my house used them, and I forgot about mine too, but I found it a few weeks ago. I've been trying to use it each morning, and I really like it. I have it right here. They say 5 reasons you'll love this 5-minute journal. It's the simplest thing you can do to be happier. And they talk about how it's been proven over and over again that shifting your focus to the positive can dramatically improve your happiness. But the key is consistency. We have to make this a habit. We have to change the way we think and help our brains start thinking a new way and make this be our default. This journal gives you positive quotes each day, weekly challenge, and a little structure to help you focus on what's good. So the cool thing about it is there's a little section and it's like really basic. It doesn't take long. You can do it in much less than 5 minutes if you don't have a lot of time. But you start your day and then they have you end your day with it as well, thinking about little highlights and things like that. And they say that it's a journal for people who don't really write in journals, which is kind of cool because I know a lot of us don't. It creates a snapshot of your positive experiences. And it's a nice way to end the day this way too, because you're ending on a positive note. You're thinking about something good throughout my day, sort of look for things and keep them in mind if I want to include them in the highlights of my day. They give you 3 little highlights of the day to mention. And they also ask you each night, what did I learn today? Which I think is really great. It's pretty cool. You might want to check it out. I have found a lot of benefit to using it. I've been pretty good about using it as well. I've missed a couple days here and there, but I've been pretty consistent. Another cool thing about sort of starting your day checking in with yourself is that it also, and this isn't so much about gratitude, but it's just a good gauge to check in with your energy level. Sometimes it takes us, a lot of us, a little while to get going, but I find that if I'm really sluggish, and some mornings you just feel a lot more worn down than others before the day gets going, it helps me keep that in mind and make a genuine effort to give myself a little bit more grace, show myself a little more kindness during the day, and most importantly, plan accordingly, especially for the evening. Try not to have too much going on. See ways I can lighten my load, and also ways to maybe get to bed earlier. And that is a perfect segue for my second tip is to prioritize your rest and your sleep. I would say rest is one of the greatest acts of self love that you can give yourself. I had a crazy day yesterday. It was kind of stressful and had a lot going on. And I was wiped after dinner by like 7. I was so wiped. And I just laid on the couch and let myself watch a show. There was other things that I had been planning to get done. I just couldn't do it. I didn't have the energy. I crashed on the couch, watched a show for an hour, and I just went to sleep. And it helped so much to go to bed early. I woke up feeling refreshed. Today's a new day. Just to honor those feelings and give your body what it needs is really huge. I was recently at the neurologist with my daughter. Unfortunately, she gets really bad headache. He mentioned sleep hygiene and how important that is. Probably should do a whole episode on sleep, get a sleep expert on here. If anyone knows one, let me know because I think that would be a really helpful conversation for a lot of people, me included. So the neurologist was just saying how important it is to 2 things actually, keep a really consistent bedtime and wake up time. So he mentioned that especially with teenagers, and we all do it sometimes, but teenagers might sleep in till noon on the weekend. They're used to getting up at say 6 during the school week. And he said, think about it. That's like basically flying across the country and back every weekend and having jet lag at the start of each week. And he said, with headache patients, with migraine patients, they see a lot more headaches in teens on Mondays and Tuesdays because they're going through this whole like their jet lag. Their sleep has been totally thrown off. So he said it's really important for all of us to function at our best, to have a pretty consistent time to go to sleep every night and same time to wake up. So I thought that was really interesting. I never thought of it that way. But also, he just said, having that bedtime routine, which we definitely associate with little kids, bedtime routine, bath, story, bed kind of thing. But it's really important for all of us. It's important for our brains. We are creatures of habit, and to train our brains to know it's time to wind down, get off the screens, get off the bright blue light at least an hour before your bedtime. All this stuff, super, super important. And to maybe have a little bit of fun thinking about a ritual you could have before bed, something that you look forward to that really helps you relax and wind down and will in turn help you get a better night's sleep. So that's a super important way to show yourself some love. So, my third tip is to incorporate some little mini pauses into your day. We have these days sometimes that feel like a marathon, feel super busy, feel like you're behind all day, but it's okay to stop for a second, catch your breath, take a few minutes to regroup. Something that's really helpful for me is just letting myself take a couple deep breaths and just try to consciously relax my shoulders, relax my face. I feel like I clench a lot, like my jaw and my forehead, just thinking of letting everything be nice and calm and relaxed. It's been so cold here in New Jersey. My car said it was 1 degree this morning. I am not made for this kind of weather, so I live on hot tea like all day. And I was microwaving my water right before I recorded this episode. And 2.5 minutes, I said, you know what? I'm just going to look out the window. The sun is out. Sun felt great. Just let the sun hit me and take some really calming deep breaths for 2.5 minutes. Didn't take long. I just find that these small pauses, they help me stay grounded. They prevent overwhelm and they can really make a positive impact on your day. So I'm trying to just offer some really easy tips that anybody can do that make a difference. So consider just having, maybe you do it already, but having some mini pauses, taking that time, again, not feeling guilty about it, not feeling like you're going to be behind if you take a couple minutes to just regroup. It will make the rest of your day go so much better. My fourth tip is everyone who's been listening to this podcast for a while knows that I think saying no is really important. Say no to overcommitment. It can be hard. It can be really hard. I still work on it, but it's important in terms of protecting your time and your energy. Before you say yes to something, just ask yourself, like, do you truly have the time for it? Does it align with your values? Are you doing that thing because you genuinely want to do it or genuinely think it's important for your family or your children? Or are you doing it because you just think you should, you know? So does it align? Do you truly have the capacity for this right now? And if you don't, just give yourself permission to politely say no. You don't have to explain yourself. I used to feel like I had to give a reason why I was saying no. And you don't. You really don't. You can just be very kind about it and just say, sorry, I can't do it. I can't make it. And that's okay. No is a full sentence. No, it's all right to say no. Just say no. If you can't do it, say no. Remember that it's preserving your mental health. And my last little tip to show yourself a little love this month is to try and engage in something joyful and fun daily. Do something every day that brings you joy. Again, it doesn't have to be big, although it can be. Maybe let yourself have one big thing a month or a week or whatever you can fit. But it could be as simple as reading for 10 minutes. Maybe that could be your bedtime routine, reading something relaxing, taking a walk outside, taking those deep breaths, listen to your favorite song. Give yourself some small moments of joy to remind yourself that life isn't just about being productive, checking off our to-do list. It's about living fully, savoring the present. I think engaging in something fun and enjoyable really does help us be more present and in the moment. And it certainly makes life a lot better. So let yourself have fun. Find a way to have fun. If you're sitting there thinking you don't even know how to do that, go figure that out. Give yourself the time to figure out what makes you happy, what brings you joy, what fills your cup. In turn, it'll give you more energy and make you feel better and make you a better person to be around in general. So, another win win. So, let's show ourselves a little love this month. To recap, consider starting a morning gratitude practice. Aim to prioritize your rest and your sleep. And here in New Jersey, it's still dark really early. The days are still kind of short. So it's kind of a good time to prioritize sleep and rest because it's easy to do when it's dark at 5 o'clock. Try taking mini pauses during your day to give yourself a break. Say no to overcommitment and make time for at least one joyful activity every day. I hope you can make time for many. None of this is about perfection. This is not to give you more to do or more to worry about. It's just about making a little progress in your life and making your life better, healthier, happier. Start small, be kind to yourself, celebrate your little wins along the way. And if you try any of these tips out and like them, I would love to hear about it. So reach out on Instagram, shoot me an email, hello@letslowdown.net. I would absolutely love to hear from you. And if anyone knows a sleep expert, let me know. So until next time, I hope you can go take a deep breath and just relax and slow down and enjoy the rest of your day and love yourself a little bit more too. I hope you've enjoyed our journey together. Please take a moment to rate and review the show. It really helps us grow and reach others looking to slow down too. Wishing you simplicity and ease in your world, and I'll see you back here next week.